Up those easy ones.
Nice look inside that time, and there's two for Maddie Diabate and a nice look from Samantha Hyslip. Hyslip back outside, and the jumper thrown in by Courtney Walsh.
Nice basket, nice reaction by Courtney Walsh. Hey, but they were looking at a wide open three for Courtney Walsh.
Inbound Courtney Walsh turns and knocks down the three ball.
She gets it anyway.
10th in the Northeast 10, shooting the line drive.
Wow.
Jumper falls just inside the arc for Kate Ross.
Kate Ross does most of her work.
Rebound to Hyslip, final 3 seconds. Three ball at the buzzer, will score three for Courtney Walsh. She's got 8 points in the quarter. Instead goes back up top for Walsh. Courtney falling away, won't get it. Offensive rebound, Ross again. And now Walsh, three ball, makes it a 1 point game. And Nicole Rojas, now Hyslip. Back down inside Diabate. Hyslip stepping through for two.
Great passing that time. Sprints.
Maybe. Stonehill by two here as we click down toward 3:20 to go here in the third quarter. Three ball thrown in by Courtney Walsh, her fourth. We'll pull it back outside.
Like the way Rojas was pushing the ball up court, making St. Rose play defense the whole time frame.
Inside Warnham, got it.
Great head and shoulder fake by Taylor Warnham. And they're improving together as a team, and certainly good to see the individual work come into play too.
High arcing three ball for Kelsey Shaw.
In that one, that was definitely something.
That should have been St. Rose ball. Diabate instead hits the jumper. It's a 10-point Stonehill lead.
Big turnaround swing there.
Routman fires it up off the glass too strong, and a big third quarter for Stonehill. Point lead. Just about 3 minutes into this fourth quarter. Walsh to the baseline, all the way through, throws it in.
What a beautiful play. She used the backboard to her advantage, but what a drop.
Around the Diabate screen, Courtney Walsh gives her team a 10-point lead. With her free hand, and the St. Rose bench thought they were going to get the call to go the other way. Instead, Stonehill gets a fresh 30-second clock, final 4 minutes. Inside, Shaw for two. Great pass from Walsh. Now Shaw driving through, and the one for Shaw. Back outside, wide open, three ball thrown in by Courtney Walsh. What a game for the junior. Very good win for Stonehill on their home floor here this afternoon.
Just like coming into these next games, we know how important they are. We've been a little bit inconsistent in the past, and I think that we just know that we have to show a lot of heart and a lot of passion in these games. And personally, I really wanted to make rebounding important, so I think that we all really followed through with that today.
You guys have success when you're rebounding and defending,
right. Especially
these last handful of games where you started to pull some wins together, holding teams under 60, and when the rebound is, it kind of starts with you on that, with the defense and rebounding.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I think it was last week, Coach pulled up the stats and showed us when we out-rebound a team, we are much more successful and we win games than when we don't out-rebound a team. So I think that that's really gotten through to our heads, and we know that that needs to be important. So I know that I need to step up and kind of show everyone that like rebounding really needs to be important, as well as Kate Ross and everybody, Mati Diabate, everybody rebounding.
Courtney, just talk about offensively. You finished with 21, and it did it in a lot of different ways. I mean, we know you're a three-point shooter, but that spot-up jumper, and even driving the basket tonight. Just talk about being able to be creative in your offense.
I mean, I just think it's important. Obviously, it's easier to guard someone that just pops and shoots threes. So I guess I've been working on just being overall more of a threat, whether it's going to the basket, shooting pull-up, and vice versa, and everyone was a threat on offense, so it made it easier for me to find open looks. So.
Talk about the team focus defensively. As a guard, it's a team effort out there defensively. Just talk about that aspect of what you guys are able to do right now.
I think it's important. I mean, we're the first ones that stop the ball, so it starts with us, and just if we can put on ball pressure, and people got steals tonight, which is good. So it's just our aggression can change momentum, and I think that was important tonight, especially when we went down. So.
It turns to February here already, kind of like that last that stretch run of the season starts with changing over now back to the division schedule. Obviously no bigger than Bentley on Wednesday. So just talk about now what the focus is heading into these last couple of weeks.
I guess I think it's just important that we just take every day to get better, make the fixes. I mean, like we said, we've been inconsistent, so right now it's just if we can be consistent, we can do damage, but it starts in practice, and that'll translate over into games. So
I think a big thing is that everybody is coming and stepping up in different ways. Like, I think that definitely proved true tonight. I think that Taylor came in and had some great rebounds. I think that Nicole came in and really had poise offensively. And I think that that's really important for everybody to be taking advantage of their skills and how we can beat other teams. And I think that everybody kind of realizes that we can't take a single second off.
Coming out of the half, that's what we talked about. It was really about just controlling the boards, and we switched up our defense in the second half, and I thought our kids did a great job in our zone of rebounding the ball, because that can get a little scary, but we did a great job there, and then defensively we just were making them work harder for their shots in the second half, and that certainly helped us.
Like you said, I mean, Sam finished with 15 rebounds. She had a bunch there in that third quarter, and you guys held them to 6 points in the third.
Right, and Sam did such a great job, a couple of ways. They were making her work hard, they were double teaming her, so, and we need to find ways to get her the ball in better situations, and I need to help her with that. But she did a great job doing everything else, 15 rebounds and breaking their press that they threw on us in the second half. She did a great job of getting to the middle, being poised with the ball, getting us up court, so she did all those other things that you're looking for.
Courtney Walsh carried the offense, 21 points. Yeah. And really did more than just the 3 points. She had that jump up, that pop spot jumper as well today.
Exactly, yeah. She scored in a couple different ways. A nice little reverse layup down the stretch. But again, I thought St. Rose did a really good job in the first half with Courtney. They made her work for touches and for looks, and I thought Courtney did a much better job in the second half of, demanding the ball. She was running our offense at times, which really helped to get the ball in her hands, and she made some big shots down the stretch to keep our lead, and that last three was certainly very helpful.
Kelsey Shaw finishes with a double-double. Finished it off at the free throw line, but she was part of that rebounding there in the second half, to me.
I know, and there's another kid who, Kelsey, she didn't shoot well from the three-point line, and she wasn't shooting well in the first half, but one of the things we talked about was, that's not all you do, so do those other things. And I thought, she made such a great change in the second half of getting to loose balls, rebounding the ball well, and then down the stretch, again, she made some really, really great plays for us. Got fouled, got to the foul line, so that was great to see as well.
Your two big juniors obviously kind of carry things, but you had a number of, in addition to Kelsey, some, here and there contributions, I think, of like Taylor with some big rebounds.
Exactly, and that's what we as a coaching staff were just talking about before we went in to talk to the team. It was a great team win. Everybody knew their job. They're doing their job. They're knowing their roles. And Taylor came off the bench and had some big rebounds for us. And she knows that that's a great strength for her. So when she can do that for us, then we're going to be successful for sure.
I think this team and has to really, I know we've talked about the offense here and there, but it has to have a defensive identity. I think you kind of strung some games together. I know Adelphi was a loss, but again, you held them to 62, and now 2 quality wins against AIC and St. Rose, who by playing good defense.
And that's the thing, we're definitely a different team offensively, so we talk about the controllables, and, everybody can work hard defensively, and, we've done some different things in terms of mixing up our defense, and that certainly has helped us. But the kids have really bought into getting stops. If we're not scoring, you got to get stops, and certainly we've talked a lot about if we can win the rebounding battle, then we're putting ourselves in a really good position to win games.
This game ends that crossover period in the schedule. Now we turn to February and the division again, starting Wednesday with Bentley. Just talk about kind of this portion of the schedule, what you guys need to do here this last month?
Yeah, I'm really proud of this team of how they've stayed focused on the process, and that's what we've talked about. You know, we went through a stretch where we were struggling, and you know, these two games, AIC and St. Rose, against two very good teams. I think for us to do as well as we did to pull out these wins, you know, our kids are definitely getting more confident, and I think that's what we're going to need going into the home stretch against, you know, our side, because obviously we're going to see some really talented teams, starting with Bentley, you know, Assumption. Everybody's playing well, and these kids know that, you know, it's really about one possession at a time for us right now. But I'm very happy with where we're at because we've taken steps forward in our game, so that's what we're focused on.